time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali world all the time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali world all the time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali world all the time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit.
All right, podcast about to be lit.
It's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some of the ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy Big Cali. Here once again, feeling good, feeling great on another good day. And I'm here at Element Recording Studio. Shout out Cast One on the ones and twos.
Cast One.
Peace.
Hey, man, and you know, I'm here with a very, very unique, special, dear person in my life. He has a man of many names. We were trying to figure. I was like, which name do you want me to call? Because I call you Stig.
A lot of people call me Stig. Stigma One is the.
It's the name. That's the official name.
Stigma One is the official name, but yeah, some people call me Stiggy.
Okay.
Stigs. Everyone switches it up, man.
I feel you, bro. Yeah. Well, my nigga Stig is in the building, bro. Artist.
Yes.
Tattoo artist.
Yes.
Painter.
Yes.
Rap artist. Just artists all around. I'm gonna just say Renaissance man. Let's just say Renaissance.
A little bit, a little this, a little that.
He's so humble, man.
Little that.
Hey, man. First off, welcome back to fucking America. Let's just start that off.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Feels good to be back.
You don't live in America all year long.
I'm like traveling a lot. I'm like half the year in Europe.
Are you serious? You go to European tour?
Yeah.
How is it out there in Europe, man?
Very nice. I like it. A lot of good food.
Where'd you travel to this last? Where are you just coming back from now?
I just came back from where was it? Switzerland. I did England.
Tell me about
Germany.
Can you tell me? Wait, let's just start with
Amsterdam,
Italy.
Paris. Paris.
How is the food in
Amsterdam.
Italy?
Italy's fucking.
Cause I'm a foodie. Yeah. I know you eat.
Yeah, I love.
I know you eat.
I didn't get a chance to go to Italy this time. But,
okay, you've been in the past.
When I go over there, I go to Milano usually, and there's a lot more places I want to check out. When for sure.
What was like one of the best parts of you traveling this last trip? You'll say that you went to.
One of the best parts of this last trip.
Yeah, that you were like, damn. Wait, what country was it? Where was it? Like this is memorable as fuck. This made it the whole trip.
I was gonna say summer.
My
best part of this trip was summer. All of it.
That's so deep, bro. That's so deep, man. Because
I want to keep the crumbs, all of it.
And you went out there for tattooing, right?
Yeah. And living and eating.
Oh my god.
It was good.
I hope people are hearing this right now.
I got a little tan.
You got a little tan?
Worked on my tan on some beaches out there. You know what I mean? I was in Nice, France.
How's the beaches in Europe?
It's cool, man. They're dope, but there's like a lot of rocks, man. Your fucking feet hurt when you're going into that. That shit hurt.
Is it like the beaches in San Francisco?
I don't know if I've been to a beach in San Francisco.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing but rocks and big ass boulders out there.
Yeah.
I've never been out there, but I want to go to Europe. And I remember when I first met you, and then we're going to talk about even how we even got together and knowing each other. But when I first met you, that was one of the main things we talked about. You were just showing me videos and videos of the world.
Yeah, all on my fucking...
On your phone. Like, literally,
phone,
you're a National Geographic in your own self, bro.
Yes. Man versus food. Stig,
That's comedy, man. But so what was it like? How'd you even get into like traveling out there? Like, how did those gigs even start coming out? Like,
I had some homies in Switzerland. They basically, I was friends with them already, and we were writing each other. They invited me out, and I didn't know them personally. It was just all just through social media.
Yeah.
And then I took a chance, bought my ticket, went out there, and just been doing that ever since.
So you really didn't know for sure, like, all right, this is gonna work out, this is gonna be tight.
I didn't know shit, man. I was like, I'm like, what do they speak in Switzerland? I'm like Googling shit. I'm like, Swiss German. I'm like, fuck, I'm like, I don't know how much money to take. I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit. I'm like, fuck, is it gonna be weird? Like, I don't know. Like, you just don't know what to expect, especially like the language barrier. You think it's gonna be like, you think no one's gonna know shit?
Yeah.
Man, everyone speaks English. It's pretty cool.
Isn't it funny how you see how less of like, I don't even want to say like not smart, because I mean, it is smart people in America, but like outside of America, they know English, they know your language, they know other people's languages. Like everyone knows everyone's languages. way more than what we even on.
Like over there, like people like you won't be surprised if you meet someone that speaks 3 languages. Like
it's like common as fuck. Like
they're like, oh, my English isn't so good, and I'm like, man, we're having a fucking perfect conversation. Your English is great,
right?
It's like because they're comparing it to that other language that they know or something. I don't know.
What was like one of the craziest adjustments when you went out there your first time? That you were just like when you landed, you go out there, you're just like, okay, hold on, this isn't America. I know, like they out like on Annie M on Wizard of Oz, like I'm no longer in Kansas anymore. I guess we're not in Kansas anymore.
What was it? I don't know. Nothing really. I mean, it's all a culture shock. So I mean, you could say everything.
Yeah, and I just know when I went to like, see, I've only when I like, for instance, when I went to Canada.
Right.
First time I went to Canada. Okay.
I've never been there.
What?
Never been there.
Oh my gosh! All
Tell
right.
me about Canada.
When I first went to Canada, bro, we go to the border, okay, and we're on tour. Mm-hmm. So we have a van full of merch, and it's like 6 rappers and me, and I'm just DJ. It's my first time being on tour, getting outside of California multiple times, like that whole wave. So, mind you, we're going to the border, and then we get stopped, and they're like, okay, you got merch, you got shit. We get the whole check down, shake down. We're all outside. They smell fucking the homie's shorts.
No.
He's one of them niggas that don't, you know how niggas don't wash their shorts?
Yeah.
They just keep wearing them.
Right.
So he had loud pack shorts. Like they smell kind of like that you've been smoking. So then the dog sniffed my bag.
Oh, shit.
And this was like, wait a minute. Okay. I had a medicine capsule, not about this big, with a residue on it.
Right.
The dog smelled the residue, and literally they put me in, and now I have a red band on my record now.
No way.
And they're threatening to like deport me. I thought it was over.
That was in Canada?
That was in Canada at the border. It took like 4 hours.
That was your
first time getting into Canada. Never been outside of like America up north. And I was like, okay. And and we have a joke that's running around too, because we were always going around and niggas like, I was telling them like, oh, yeah, y'all just go. Just leave me here. Just leave me at the border. I can't go. And then it was over. And then now they just put a little thing like they could mandatory search me. That's when I knew, I was like, okay, this is different. It's different when you go from like California to New York, from New York to outside the country.
Yeah. You're in
customs.
There's like different rules and shit.
D, was there any moments where you first traveled where you're like, okay, hold on, this is fucking different?
Well, again, so many different things. I mean, I got a situation that happened to me similar to yours, but I went to Christiania.
Where's that at?
It's in Denmark.
Oh shit.
There's a city in the main city is Copenhagen, right? So within that city, there's a smaller sub-city by like anarchists and shit. I guess they took over like a military base, so it's like a mini Amsterdam where it's like the government really don't fuck with them much, but they could kind of do their own hippie.
In Denmark.
Yeah. So it's called Christiania. So so it's like, you know, against the system type little.
Yeah.
So you can go in there. There's like skate shops, there's coffee shops and shit, and there's a stage. They do shows there sometimes and shit, and you can go and you can buy weed there and smoke. Like that's why people refer it to like as a mini Amsterdam in Denmark.
Right.
And so I'm over there. I met up with the homie and shit. Anyway, I was out there for a little bit before I got my arm tattooed. And I went to Christiania and I was, I got some herb and I started smoking and whatever. And then that's it. I wrapped it up. So that's where my hotel was. So Malmo, Sweden is just a train ride away. And that's where my tattoo appointment was the next day. I was getting a tattoo.
Okay, you were getting a tattoo.
Appointment. I traveled to get a tattoo by this one specific artist.
Yeah.
Dimitri Samoan. Very, very dope artist.
Shout him out.
Yeah, Dimitri Samoan. This guy's, living legend. And anyway, so I smoked the trees, whatever, the day before my appointment, whatever. But I was like around a lake. I went to go check out a lake, and it was a beautiful lake. So I went and got stoned, check it out.
Yeah.
And then I would put my joint out every once in a while, and then put it in my pocket, and then walk around the lake, take a different view, smoke, and then I was, loner stoner, just like checking out the view.
Some real shit, real stoner shit. I get it.
It was cool. That was dope. I actually took pictures. I have pictures of all that. It was pretty dope. And then so I went to sleep. The next day I woke up early because I had to go on the train ride to Sweden on the train, and it goes over the ocean. And then, so I woke up early, I had the same jacket. I don't have anything on me, but I'm like thinking, nah, nothing's gonna happen, right? So anyway, I'm basically going from one country to another country, right?
Exactly.
On the train. And then so I'm like sitting on the train. It's like, I don't know, like 9 something in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like chilling. There's people, people are looking at me. I'm looking at them. I think I'm blending in. I'm like, whatever. And then I look ahead, and then I see like the door open, and it was like 3 like security, police, border control.
No.
But they had a dog. They had a dog.
It's always a fucking dog.
They had a dog.
It's always a fucking dog.
Yeah, they had a dog. So they started walking obviously my way, and I'm just like, I'm like positivity over bullshit, right? I was like, let me try not to like, look nervous or anything. So I'm like, I just had a cool little smile on my face, like relax, like it's a beautiful morning. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be on some normal shit.
Yeah.
And they're like walking up with the dog, and then like the dog comes by me and he smells me, right? He's smelling me, and then he like keeps on going, right?
Yeah.
This fucker keeps going. And then the lady's holding him, right? It's the lady and the 2 dudes. And then like the lady walks by me, and then she gives me this fucking look like, nah, fuck that. She pulled the dog back and was like, smell this motherfucker again.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she brought the dog back. The dog came back, and then he fucking smelled me, and then it was a good dog. Good dog.
It was a good dog.
Good dog. I was like, oh, it's not your fault, boy. She's like, you were trained to be this way. You're just doing your dog. Cute dog. And cute dog.
Stupid as shit. So he got you doing that shit. So then once they smelled the second time.
They're like, you're not. So a lot of people cross there because of the whole thing. Is like they know it's like a little area you can get weed. So a lot of people cross. So it's like, obvious. So he's already was telling me, he's like, you can't bring anything over. And I was like, well, I don't have anything. And he's like, yeah, but the dog just flagged you. I'm like,
the dog knows, bro.
Like, oh, I know what's up. And then he was like, yeah, they're trying to be cool. I'm like, that's all good. Like, whatever has to happen has to happen. And then like that was the next stop was the main train station, and that was their like headquarters.
Yeah.
And it was my stop anyway.
Damn.
So we get off, and then
then you got. So do you have like a band on you, or do you?
No, I got searched. I got strip searched, man. I got strip searched.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't have to cough or anything like that.
Respect.
I sneezed.
I sneezed.
No.
Oh man.
It was a little weird. It was like pretty fucking weird, but I was like, man, fuck it, this is
you knew you were outside of America. Yeah, like, all right, this ain't gonna happen in America over the weed.
The dog flagged you. I'm like, fuck. So we had to do the whole thing. It was fucking. It was weird, but it was.
That's fucking crazy, man. But that's the beauty about, even as funny as crazy as the story is, your art brought you to that story.
Yeah.
That brought you to that world. You used your art and going to travel the world. And what I always wondered, because when I first met you was through Cast One, actually.
Yeah.
He was just like, hey, bro, my homie got an art gallery. It's Art Walk. Yeah. We about to spin. Come through.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, my nigga. He was like, you can smoke, you can do whatever. I was like, fuck it, I can smoke. All right, bet. Right. Whatever this is, I at least can smoke. If he also weird shit, I don't know who he is. Fuck it. I went there. As soon as I walked in, I felt like I was at home, bro. Your whole studio had that vibe. It was comfortable. It was like, had moms in there cooking. Everybody was in there chilling. Yeah. Like, it was a family environment.
Just at the art walk. My parents were selling food and shit. That was good.
Hell yeah, man.
And shit.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. And then literally, I remember I was spinning, and you like fucked with me. Like I was just, you let me do me.
Yeah. Of course.
You fucked because I was like spinning Santana, then playing like Young Thug, and then playing like fucking Sade, and you were just like, yep, cool. And then you start doing your art that you do, and I was like, what the fuck? It's like that scripted lettering that is your signature. I like to call it the Stigma signature.
The signature.
The signature.
That's
Is that coined yet?
Huh?
Is that coined yet?
That's years old. Yes.
Years old.
Years old signature.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what went into that? Because that's when I discovered it, and I was like, wait a minute. This motherfucker really does this shit.
Yeah.
This ain't like just some nigga that just got money and just bought an art gallery and just like, hey, y'all wanna come DJ? Because that happens in LA. You know, you know how the art game is.
Of course.
No, you do this shit, bro.
Yeah,
What
man.
went into that to get that style? When did you start?
I'd like to say the Ninja Turtles.
Damn.
No, I don't know. It's just I was always drawing, man. Just always drawing and shit. So I don't know, just
Like, at what age were you just like, when you were like, okay, hold on, I know I want to draw some shit, and I know I can do this wet. Because I know you were the kid that was drawing shit for everyone in school.
Yeah.
You had to be the one. I would have for sure gave you $1 to draw my whole
I
girl.
still have like some of my drawings when I was like a little kid, and the lines are all clean and shit. I'm like, fuck. The boy was accurate.
The boy was accurate.
You know, like,
how old were you when you first started, you'll say? Or just as far as you remember?
as far as I remember, I mean, it was like I wasn't a fucking child prodigy or any fucking shit. I was just drawing dumb shit, you know, like fucking. My mom found this one where it's like I drew this one crazy like limo and it had like a pool. It had like a pool in the back. I'm like, yeah, I still want that. You know what I mean? I already got the dinosaur. No, I was kidding.
When was it that you took it serious? When you're like, okay, hold on, I can really do this shit. I'm nicer than like most niggas. Like, hold on, I'm really doing this, because obviously it had to be a transition from you just fucking around to you like, hold on, I'm nice at this shit.
I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Or did it just gradually happen?
It just gradually happened. I think it was like a blending into it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And would you say is more, and that's why I think that's why your success is what it is now to me. It's because I think maybe you just kept that love. You never lost that original. Hey, I'm just doing what I love, man.
I'm still a kid coloring on a book. Now
That's tight.
But now it's just human anatomy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And landscapes.
Damn.
Yeah.
When was it when you first gave your first tattoo?
When did I do my first tattoo?
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, like me and the homies, we tried like doing this shit, like poking, like fucking the little, just trying to do it. Like the homie got his, and my shit, I guess I wasn't going deep enough. I didn't know what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? I was a kid. I was like, I don't know how fucking this. But the first actual tattoo that I did, I was like, how old was I? I think I was like 20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 20 or 21.
Wow.
Something like that.
Damn. And then was it just like, what did it go from you drawing to someone was like, hey, man, go get a tattoo gun and tat me up? Or were you like, no, I'm about to start tatting niggas? Like, it's the lid.
No, it was just like, it was something that was like gonna happen, you know what I mean? I kind of always knew it was gonna happen because I was really always drawing as a kid, you know, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and like, you know that adulthood's coming, and you're like, you gotta do something that is gonna make you bread, you know?
Right.
And I'm like, well, fuck, I could do. I had an interest in like computer graphics and like doing like Pixar type of shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wanted to do some shit like that, but I'm like, if that shit doesn't work out, I'm like, I'm probably gonna do like paintings and or for sure tattooing. Like I always figured tattooing was something I was gonna do. It was just like the matter of time.
When it was gonna happen.
Yeah. You know, because I tried, you know, as a younger dude, I tried going to a few shops and being like, yo, you know, can I get an apprenticeship, whatnot, with you in my area? But in my area, it was.
And where'd you come from? What area are you from? Are you from out here in Pomona, or where are you from actually?
I'm a little bit of everywhere, man. I was born in Orange County, in Santa Ana.
Oh, shout out to OC, okay.
Santana. I was born in Santana. And, raised in Ontario, raised in Fontana a little bit, in Southridge, Ontario, Riverside.
Damn. And then from there, you just where would you say your art took off? In what city would you say your apprenticeship, or what happened? Did
like
you
I
get
had
it
a
up?
homie like from my crew. He's like one of my buddies and shit. Shout out to Dome 87. He's like an older homie. So yeah, when I was like around that age, he was like in his 27 or 28, something like that. And then anyway, like he was an older friend of mine, and I didn't know he was tattooing, you know. And I know we were talking about it one day, because I didn't see him a lot, you know, but when I did see him, it was, you know, all cool and shit. And,
yeah.
But he lived in LA, and I lived in, you know, Riverside. He lived in deep, like northeast LA or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so like one day we were conversating, and he was like, "Well, you need to do this shit on skin, man." He's like, "You doing that? You need a tattoo." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, you know," I told him I tried to go a few shops and try to get an apprenticeship. I had no luck or whatever. He was like, "I'll teach you." I was like,
and it's just the homie.
I was like, "Bruh."
You like, my nigga, I'm really trying to do this. Like, wait a minute.
I was like, I didn't even know he tatted. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. He was, you know, he's official. He's worked at a few shops and stuff.
Yeah.
And he knows what he's doing. And so at that time in the '90s, social media and all that shit's different. You know, from now until you know, the end of the, you know, 99, 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
Like tattooers and shit, if it's slow as fuck. You can't just, you know, post something on your timeline and
damn, I didn't even think about that. Like, how did tattooers market?
Yeah, so that era, I came in right at that era. That's when I started learning and shit. This is before social media, so you had to like make a name for yourself in the street or however. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make a name for yourself, and then like luckily I kind of did a bit of that. I would say, you know, I had a little bit of a name for myself, like artistically, and then gradually it's just like that was already gonna happen. I was like, you know, when people were like, "Oh shit, he's tattooing now," for sure. Like that's why I had homies. Like one of the homies that I tattooed, he's like, "Fool, when you start tattooing, I'll be the first one." And then, well, there's a few people that said that, but he actually did it, you know?
Damn.
Yeah, that was my homie Harsh Reality.
So he was the first one to actually really take it seriously.
Yeah,
and you were
like, I did, and then the first one that I did was like, I wanted to learn shading, like for portraits and for characters and stuff like that, and I wanted to learn like for lining and for like blackening stuff, like for tribal or like lettering. So I did, like, on that first try, I did a character of mine on the homie. It was like a devil character, like a little chiseled dude with horns looking all badass and shit.
And the homie just let you just go ahead and
run, and he was like, yeah,
shout him out, man. Shout him. That's lit as shit.
Harsh Reality. Big shout out to Harsh Ramirez.
He just
Harsh Reality.
Damn.
That's the boy right there. Yeah. I did a lot of work on him. Yeah.
And then literally from there, you just kept practicing and practicing.
Yeah, I just kept on it. Kept on it.
And your homie was teaching you still? What?
Yeah.
And the whole time watching you, and was it ever in the shop? Was it in the shop or was it?
No. It was straight from the pad, from the trap.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love out the mud stories.
Yeah,
I
man.
love out the mud. Like,
it's like sometimes the wrong way is the right way, and the right way is the wrong way. So it's like, fuck, I just did it my way.
I feel you.
And I ran it, dude, and it's just like,
isn't that the beauty about art, though? I don't think that's the one thing I love about art in particular of all things. Like mathematics is numbers. It is what it is. There is no way of getting around it.
Right.
1 + 1 = 2. There is no way around it. But with art, there is no one way.
It's dimensional, man. Like it's layer game.
Layer
game. You know what I mean?
And I learned that even too with my like my boy Reem. You met him. He came to your art gallery too. He loves your art too. He is the one that even did the sweater and do UTB behind that. And he's one of the first people that showed me the art world, kinda. Like I always been one of them niggas. Like I knew what art pieces were. Like I'm not dumb, you know. But it's a matter of appreciation of like 1,000 hours into one piece of art.
Yeah, man.
Years and years and years of layers and layers of paint and layer art, and knowing like that's why art appreciates so much. That's why it's worth so much, because how do you account on money? How do you put money on that type of situation?
Yeah.
It's ways to do it. Don't get me wrong. It is a price, but and I can understand. That's why I appreciate with your art too. I can see when I look at it, I can tell you really like, okay, hold on. He put some hours into this, bro. You're talking humble right now. You're really good, but if people go and look at what you do, bro, especially some of your tattoos, like your shading.
Yeah. It's like with anything, it's like repetition, man. It's like the more it's like okay, it's like you know how they say it's like you're either gonna work hard for a boss or you're gonna work twice as hard to be your own boss type shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do. And like for me, I was like always all in with what I like to do, and what I like to do was like my type of art, which was drawing, the type of characters that I would draw, because I would draw characters,
right?
And I'd swing between doing characters and like try to do like realism and then photorealism, stuff like that, and lettering. And
that's what I was gonna give to with your lettering, because it's so you. I've never seen lettering, but yet I understand it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm gonna be real.
It's called flow. It's called flow.
But like my nigga, you could write a whole. I seen you paint a whole wall of just different stuff, but yet we all sat there. It was 10 different people, and we all sat there and we all had different messages from what you wrote. Even from down what's on your hoodie. I love your hoodie, your crew neck.
Yeah.
And from what I'm seeing, it's different from anything I've seen. What went into like that? Like, have you always been writing that kind of like writing and that script kind of?
Yeah, I just always had like, I just always had something, just like a thing that I have for like drawing, like cartoons and realism. I had a thing for lettering, the script, and growing up and then seeing like shit like gang writing and tattoos,
like graffiti art and stuff like that
type of shit. Like it's part of your reality. You see it growing up everywhere, in front of you, and then you just, for me, I took that in. I like there's something about that edge that I liked and I was drawn to, and the same thing with like lettering, and like my specific lettering is a little bit aggressive.
It is.
And but
and you like black and white too.
Yeah, it's aggressive, but I mean I could easily change it up and do something that's very, very classy and elegant at the same time. And then like that's gangster as fuck right there.
It is, right. Having that diversity of your portfolio of just art, like you're there. And when it came to even down to why such black and white stuff, I'm just kind of curious. Like, is that just your style, or because I see a lot of your art, you do a lot of black and whites. I know you do colors.
Yeah.
I know I'm sure you do, but it's just black and whites. You just love that type of art or that classic look of just.
I'm just a simple man, really. Yeah, black and white is just classic. I just love it. It's just extreme contrast.
Who did you look at when you were building your style? Who'd you look at? Who were people that maybe besides your homie that? Excuse me, I forgot his name one more time. It's smoking, my bad.
Oh,
Dome. Yeah. Besides him, what would you say was some of the people that helped you build your style, or what you looked at? What were some artists you're like, I just love looking at them, and that's what I looked at? Because for me, I'll just even give you like Fat Man Scoop when I DJ'd.
Yeah.
I'm a turn up DJ. I'm like lit. It's turned out, jump up and down, and I was like, I love how Fat Man Scoop just works a crowd. Like, I remember I hear it, Cook the Clan, Timberland. I was like, fuck, this nigga can do anything. I love that. And that was something I kind of morphed over, but then I loved just like the fusion of any kind of music. And I was like, if I could do any kind of music but still be turned up and be me, I can be tight. I have to develop that style. Who were some people that you think that helped develop your style, if any?
In my environment as a whole, right? I like just everything I grew up around, like from my sister's gangster ass fucking handwriting.
That's tight.
To her homegirls, man. My sister, when I was a kid, man, like I would see it around and I was doing it, and you would see it everywhere, just written in the city and in the neighborhood and shit. But man, like directly, like my sister and her homegirls, fuck, they had some sick ass hand styles, man. Like directly in person, like fuck, man. Like they all had like dope. There's like a gangster ass chick, and she was like a gangster ass chick. You know what I mean? And she you would do her gangster ass block letters, and then there's the one that was repping like a tagging crew, and she had sick ass.
The whole culture of it,
bro. They would write on my sister's mirror with streaks and shit, like. Fucking hell, dope too. I'm like, this is hard.
And you can just tell that's that California art.
Yeah.
Almost like rebellious.
And it was
to the scene.
It was just everywhere, man. It was like at that age, man. It was just everywhere. Like just graffiti was fucking lit everywhere. In where I grew up in Fontana, it was just fucking the mid '90s. Holy fuck! If you were around that, you know what I'm talking about.
Right. cause I remember seeing. I remember I tried to find myself trying to be a tagger at one point in my life.
Yeah.
It's my nigga. I grabbed the can. Okay, look. I grabbed the can with some of my homies, and this is when I lived on the west side of Moreno Valley. Okay,
right.
so I'm driving. I'm right by, it, and I was like, "Fuck it," and I don't know what I thought I was gonna put, and then the homie's like, "The cops are coming," and I remember running, and then I fell and I skidded my knee, and I was like, "Okay, I'm over it." I said, I'm freaking hurting my knee. I'm running from cops. I got away.
Yeah.
But my homie was so nice. Like, I swear to God, I think about it now, talking to you. It's just like, I wonder what he's doing now, because he literally was, that's all he did. He was like the kid that wouldn't talk and just be jotting in school, and he'll put big C in like the cool letters and shade and sell you it for like $2 at lunch or something like that. He was that kid, and he even was like the first people. I didn't even look at it as art. At that moment, I was looking at it like, okay, I'm
like
bad.
What age group is it?
I would say like, nah. Yeah, I was this is like 7,
Oh, okay.
8.
Right,
But they were like
right.
in middle school.
Right.
So I was like, they were the older, cooler kids.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, fuck it, we're going. Let's go. You gonna come or are you gonna be a bitch?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going. Fuck it. But then I was like, nah, this is like bad. But then that was like the negative connotation from it. But what you were talking about is even the same. That's why art's so like, what's the word I want to say? Like, it's contrast. Because it's like, I could look at something and be like, oh my God, this is vandalism. This is gangster. This is bad. You look at it like, nah, that shit's sick. Look at these lines, bro.
Elegant.
That's just elegant as fuck.
Elegant.
And that's what I even was gonna even go into the even state of art right now. How do you feel about the art community right now and even around the world that you've seen? Is there major differences? Do you feel like it's going up? Because I feel like from talking around to people, especially people like Virgil, like with Louis Vuitton, or like some of the, that's you can have that, and some of the people like Virgil, or even some of the people like in Paris that do the Gucci sign and design, it looks like it's just simple graffiti and they just got on.
Right.
But not Virgil, but like niggas like in that category, not particularly him.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the particular sign of art right now in the world and pop culture right now?
I don't know. I think it's cracking. It's lit. I think.
You think it's good?
It's lit. There's a lot of people killing it, and right. I'm so stoned that I can't even mention shit.
You're fine.
But, I mean, the last time I checked, shit was fire.
Exactly. Nah, and it is lit, but I feel like at points it could get commercialized.
Oh yeah, there's like a.
It takes away from maybe the authenticity you were talking about when you're seeing your sister's art, or seeing your sister and her friend and her crew. Like those artists.
Shit can get like very exploited and duplicated and replicated a gazillion times, and then you don't know where one single idea came from. Like that's like the beauty and the beast of the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So
I don't know, man. I just feel like when it comes to people like you, I feel like you are pushing something different that hasn't been seen yet.
Yeah.
And honestly, even if you don't want to, even if you don't see it, I see it, and that's why I'm even happy you even on this, platform.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Because literally, bro, I'd never seen anything like this before, bro. Ever. Especially when it came to like your use of like your scripts and your lighting and everything like that. That's crazy. So when you first went to Europe and you went out there and you did your art, what happened? Like, how was that first tour going out there?
It was, when I got invited through these friends, and then gave it a shot, I have like a lot of lifetime friends that like I've met doing all this. But yeah, like the first two were Dessa and Jones, shout out, what I mean, to my people right there in Switzerland. Like, man, like
Switzerland, so that was the home base, and then from there it just grew from there, and all through social media.
Yeah, just social media and them, and just different shit. Like I was already plugging myself up like with different people lighting shit up. Like, oh man, so like Switzerland was like that first step on that side, and then after that, like I basically got plugged up in different places, little by little, 1 year at a time, and then I just started going everywhere that I could. I was just like, well, fuck it, let me just try to fucking milk it.
Right.
Because why
for
not?
everything it can.
Because why not? Not why.
Maximize the opportunities. Honestly, that's what I did when I first did tour.
Yeah.
I maximized, and that's why I learned how to do shows. I learned how to put together sets. I learned how to talk to people, network, meet people, really talk, and create general like relationships, which complete strangers that you may not know, but they may be able to change your life. You never know. Yeah. What I want to say too is when I first met you, of course, was the art. What I was saying with the art walk, and when I was doing it at your art gallery, I was DJing. I discovered your ear for music was crazy. Like you know.
Oh, that part. That part.
That part of your artistry. Yeah. I kind of want to touch on a little bit, man.
Yeah.
How has music shaped your art, you say? Or does it go hand in hand? Is there one without the other?
It's, you know, yeah, it's hand in hand. Like, you know, it's for sure hand in hand. It's I can draw without music, but it's better with music.
What was it that what kind of music like helped shape you think like that? Like, where's your foundation? Because my nigga, I'm gonna come clean. When I went to your art gallery, you were playing me some shit from Europe. You're playing me some shit from Spain, Denmark. You're playing me some shit from fucking everywhere. America, that I ain't heard. Brazil, all kind of shit. Mexico, everywhere, bro.
Well, like, since I like have a like, I like what I like. I like my taste in music, right? Everyone is gonna say that about themselves, right? So I like my taste in music. So I try to dig for it as much as I can.
Right.
I made the reference to like a thrift store. Like, you know, like sometimes you gotta go, if you're gonna find some dope shit at a thrift store, you gotta go and fucking sift through shit.
Right.
So I do that shit through music.
What was it that's one of the foundations you would say, like your forefathers, like your like foundation? If someone, if no one knew you, yeah, if you could say. Like
okay, I grew up like very, very strongly, like I like drums. So with that said, like a album that was very much on rotation was DJ Shadow.
Damn. Okay.
Well, Portishead.
I know about Portishead. Yeah.
Like almost everything of Portishead, Portishead. That's drums too.
So you just all about that bass, that feel, that heartbeat, that
but
pulse.
You got that, you know, you got that gangster shit too, like Psycho Realm. Like like a lot of, you know, that aggressive sound right there. Like, man, shout out Psycho Realm. It's legendary.
And is that what you kind of like started on, and that would literally kind of birthed when you go into your art world, when you go into your world, that's what you go to, you would think.
Yeah, like music like that. Like I like dark, I like heavy.
I can see it.
But I also like melody and shit. I like the contrast. So then that's where, like, you know, I have a lot of stuff that would be kind of like rough and heavy, but then you got like the contrast to that, which is like a lot of I like female vocalists.
Who's some of your favorite female vocalists, you would say?
Can we start with Sade?
Woo!
Can we start with Sade?
We could definitely go with Sade. That's my queen. I love Sade.
Yeah, like I said, Beth Gibbons from Portishead, Bjork.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the? I just was curious. What was the first album you ever bought? I always ask that to people. Like, what was your first album you ever bought with your money? Like, you literally went to the store, had your money, and you bought it.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I think there was one when I was like a little ass kid. It had to have been like Prince or some shit. When I was a kid.
You bought a Prince album when you were a kid?
Purple Rain shit or some shit.
Damn.
Cool. Yeah, I was a little ass kid. I was like, I don't know, something about that. I thought that was dope. But like when I was getting like, that's a little kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when I was like what I was like 12.
Uh-huh.
How old was I? I don't know. I was around 12 or 13 or 12 or I think the first thing that I got was like a single cassette. Yeah, because
Damn.
I'm in the 90s, so we got they would sell cassette singles, and it had like, you know, like the instrumental, the single,
Yeah.
and then sometimes it'd be like one or two more songs on it. Like that's how you would go buy, you know, singles. So I think my first one was Bone Thugs, first of the month.
East 99 album? Was the East 99 album?
Yeah, man,
East 99.
Oh, so good.
You know what my first album was?
Bone Thugs, man.
My first
Shit.
album was West Side Connection, Bow Down album.
Well, that's heavy.
Deep.
That's so good.
And my mom gave me, how about this? It was my birthday money
Right.
that I just got. I had like maybe like $70 just from everybody. And this is in the 90s. So that was like, you know, probably like 200 at this point. I had like some dough. And I went to Circuit City and I bought a boombox that had 2 speakers because I knew I wanted left or right because I wanted the thump.
Yeah.
And that's when you could put the 5-disc CD changer and shit like that, the one to light up and have all the shit.
Right.
Literally, I was like, all right, I want something that slaps. I knew it slapped, and I knew Bow Down slapped. That's how. Like that shit slap. And that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I'm about to get this shit.
Yeah.
And I listened to it and it changed my life forever. I should have never got that fucking album at like 7, 8. Around the same time I was running with that fucking crew trying to be a tagger.
Oh, man.
Trying to be a tagger / ride BMX and ride jumps and bust my leg, break my arm. It was the rap.
Fuck.
That was deep though, man. That's why the 90s was so great though, man.
Yeah.
Pre-internet.
90s were sick.
Pre-internet life.
90s were sharp.
And then I don't even know, like you were even saying as a tattoo artist, like not being able to post your pictures. I can't even think. Like, what was your marketing then? You just literally would do tattoos in like your local community and hope that people from your local community would go out and tell people from. How'd you get the word out that you were that nigga? Like, how'd that even happen?
Well, putting it on walls on the street.
Damn, the street guerrilla marketing, street had to just put it out there, man.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta advertise. You know what I mean? That's the first way of advertising. You gotta put it up.
How do you like this era of art better, where you can literally put it on Instagram? The more Instagram lives, the DMs, or do you like more so the old school way, or more that way?
There's the pros and cons for both, but I mean, you know, it's cool. It's a cool tool because it brings, if you have a passion, it brings the world closer to you at your fingertips. Because if you have a passion, man, you can find all sorts of people all over the world that have the same passion, and it's just like link up.
Right.
It can be that easy.
It's a common denominator.
Yeah, it's all on vibes. You know what I mean? You meet people and like, you know, people are inviting and it's pretty dope. Like getting to interact and like, you know what I mean? Learn people and have them learn you and shit. And, you know,
Yeah.
respect the contrast. You know what I mean? And then see the different angle and then provide yours organically what you are and stuff. And then see different people's perspective on the way they do everything, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool.
When you first start putting yourself out there, do you remember some of when you first started doing it on the internet, some of the reactions you were getting from your art, or some of the first moments you're like, wait a minute, people actually fuck with this? Do you remember? Because I remember when I first started DJing and I put my, like, let's say my first little mix out.
Right.
And I used to make these little things called Stony Tales,
Right.
where I used to put mixes where it was all smoking music.
Right.
And I used to do an hour-long mix, and I was like, I just want people to be able to play it. But my first mix was a mix called The John,
Right.
which was all music, like love, making slow jams and shit. I wanted to make one of them mixtapes.
Right.
Because I always made mixtapes for people in high school, middle school. I was just that guy. I made mixtapes for people. So, long story short, people loved it. And they used to be like, bro, I want your shit. I want to smoke to your shit. Put your shit on SoundCloud. So I put it on SoundCloud, and it was lit. So that kind of built my platform. What was like, when you first started putting your shit on the internet and putting it out there, what was like some of the first reactions? You were like, wait a minute, okay, I'm about to reach out there more and do like that.
Well, yeah, it was from my friends in Switzerland, you know, like.
Oh yeah, it brings it right back to Switzerland.
Yeah, man, you know, like I was like you're through social media, like I was already like meeting different people from different like countries. It's just like, when do you take that step? Like you talk about it, you know, and then like they seemed like they were very about it, like having me go over there, and I was just like, wow. I was, like,
Was it pretty instant, or was it like a waiting process before you start getting hit ups from like overseas when you start doing the internet promo, the internet marketing?
Was it instant? I mean, I don't know what you would say instant.
I'm gonna say instant would be maybe like. Good question. You're right. When I mean instant, like, was it like you put it out there and it was maybe like, oh my God, like within months I was getting inquiries in, or was it like a slower cook? Like you just kept doing it, kept putting it up?
Yeah, I just kept doing it, and it's just like with everything. Like, I mean, you could have like your slow periods or whatever have you, you know what I mean? But yeah, just keep on doing it, kept on doing it.
Right.
And
well, one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about was what advice would you have for people who want to do what you're doing? Because I know a lot of tattoo artists, maybe even in the Inland Empire,
right?
I don't even want to say want to think, but it doesn't seem like, I just know art is so big. It's bigger than just here, there. You should just keep moving. I feel like artists should just flow.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be one place. You shouldn't just have that.
Right.
Just like I was saying, I was like, first thing I said was, welcome to America. Like, welcome back, bro. I'm happy to even have you here, bro. Because I know in the next 4 months, you might be in a whole nother situation, whole nother thing. So what advice would you have for people for taking that leap, for building their brand and taking it and expanding it out there like that?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, what advice would you give to someone that would do that, you think, like that? Like, what would you tell them, like, oh, I should, like, really do this? Or, take your time. Build your brand up here, or just forget it. Just go like you did in Switzerland. You just literally went, and you're just like, fuck it, let's try it.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to learn how to fucking swim, you better fucking get in the water.
Real shit.
I'm just the type of dude that jump. I mean, just jump. It's like, oh, fuck. Like, maybe, fuck, things once, twice, fuck it, run it. So, like, I just did that, literally jumping over fucking to Europe, barely knowing, some people and shit, for a little bit briefly online, and then meeting them, and then they're real, and then, like, it's fucking all love, and then, like, food and partying and drinking and yeah, dope. And then like meeting, one friend to another, and then like continuously going back and then meeting more people and expanding. It's all pretty dope, But it ain't gonna happen if you don't try. So you gotta put yourself out there and just have tunnel vision, like jump on an opportunity. If don't, try not to sleep on shit.
Right.
It's like if you really want to do,
Do you apprentice artists?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah. That takes too much time. Like you have to. I don't know. Like to do that. Like it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time.
I feel you.
Yeah, and I'm like all over the place, so I can't dedicate myself too much to a certain person. You know what I mean? Because I'm all over the place. And then my shit can be spontaneous. I could go here or there like in the next 2 weeks or some shit.
Right.
But yeah. No, I don't.
Well, another question I was having for you that I was wondering, because I always ask people this, like, it's like getting signed, like your first big deal, your first big thing.
Right.
Do you remember your first, like, from tattooing, maybe tattooing people, tattooing the homies? What was your first moment where you're like, oh, hey, never mind, like someone paid you for a bigger piece or a big commission, your first big deal, you're like, okay, I'm doing this shit. This shit's gonna work. Hold on, I can keep doing this.
Yeah. Like, I think I felt like that in every single attempt that I tried to do it. Like, there's tunnel vision.
Damn.
Like, so just because I didn't see it right away, like just me doing it and committing every single time.
Right.
It might not have been like a big monumental moment, a certain one. It was all like little bits and pieces of a lot of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, I think that's a better way to look at it too, because at least you enjoy the process.
Yeah, it's a process. Yeah, it's a process.
Because it's not all about money. It can't be.
No, it's gotta be about like what you breathe for. You know what I mean? It's just, you gotta be obsessive over what you want, and you gotta like run with it.
Right.
And, apply.
Right. Man. So, man, Stig, man. You were throwing some gems, bro. For sure, man. I have a couple rapid fire questions that I just wanted to run by you because honestly, I know we talked about a lot about the career, about the music, about the art. Also, wait a minute. Before we move into rapid fire, let me slow down. You were showing me videos of you rapping in Switzerland.
Yeah.
So you have a whole rap career that you do also.
It's not a career, like I've performed and it's been videotapes.
Bro, you performed it out of the country.
Yeah.
And people were rocking to it, bro.
That was cool. I need to do that again, you know?
Where did that come from?
That was the same trip that I did in Switzerland.
So that first trip you went to Switzerland, you were tattooing.
Yeah.
And then from tattooing, you started doing your actual, doing rapping and doing music.
Yeah, well, they had a show and they're like, hey, man, you know, because I was talking to my boy, you know, my homie Billy Jones. Shout out to Billy Jones. And yeah, man, like he was like, yeah, my boys are gonna throw a hip hop show, and you know, if you want to perform, you know. And I sent them like some of the stuff that I've already recorded and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they set it up, and then I did a quick little set. You know what I mean? I did like 4 songs, maybe 4 songs. Yeah, like some of them aren't even recorded. They're just
so that
performed.
was that your first time recording?
No, like, what do you mean?
Was that your first time recording music that time out there, or did you do music before?
I've been recording like just fucking around with homies and shit since like 2000, 2001 or some shit.
God damn.
Like, yeah,
so you were getting nice at art in 2000, 2001 and doing music at the same time.
Yeah. Because I mean, me and the homies we would freestyle. You know, when we go out to parties or you know whatever, do you know late night stuff. You know what I mean? Fucking,
yeah.
Sometimes we have a little soundtrack. We play some certain tracks.
Yeah.
You know, and then fucking. You know, we get our little freestyles on and, you know, driving all the time, me and the homies and shit, and it's at parties and shit or just kicking it. And then, like, yeah, then that also kind of grew together because it's like all the shit you're doing for fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like even the visual art from the shit the music.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all just practice of the passion and applying and just doing it and having fun. And it's like, fuck, eventually it's like, dude, that's what we're doing. And before you know it, you could just, you're like, the homie's like, hey, he's a DJ. And then as he's growing up, you know what I mean? He starts getting a beat machine and then he starts fucking sampling and making beats. And then it's just like, let's record.
It just grows.
Let's record. And then we started recording tracks every once. We didn't live so close to each other, but like, you know, otherwise we probably would have made more of it. But, you know, we did quite a bit throughout the years, yeah.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Absorb, DJ Absorb. Absorb.
That's crazy. So and then from there, how'd you even put together the performance in Switzerland?
What was that?
How'd you put together your first performance in Switzerland? Like
the homies from Switzerland, they told me they put it together. It was like already happening, and they're like,
so
hey,
for tattooing and they put it together for the rapping. They knew that too.
Yeah.
Wow. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. And that's something that you just did. You did your art outside of not only canvas, not only painting, not only tattooing, but through music.
Yeah.
Wow, that's inspiring, man. Well, I love the fact that you took it global. I love the fact that you showed people that you could do it outside of your thing, and you're still about your love. Obviously, everything you said was just like, oh well, if you just love it, just do it. Like fuck it, it's gonna work because you're just gonna keep doing it. You're gonna keep getting nice, and you can see it, man. Well, Stick, rapid fire question I want to ask you. While traveling abroad, what was the country and what was the dish that you ate of food that was most memorable that you crave now and that you would be like, I want now? Oh my God, if I can get this country and this food, what would it be?
Wow, there's a few of them.
Go through them.
I'll just say there's an Italian spot in Hamburg, Germany called Mario's, and they have like this shrimp avocado pasta.
Shrimp avocado pasta.
So fire.
I can see you close your
That's so fire, dude. That's just so.
Oh my God. So What was the last? I said you told me the first albums you bought with your own money. What was the last album you bought with your own money?
The last album that I bought with my own money. This is the last album that I bought is, I can't really say the name of it because it was like some dude that was performing some street art in Paris. So he had like a recording. He was like he was doing like native type of. It was dope.
Wait a minute, it was just a street. Some dude just on
in the Paris. In the subway, he just posted up with the speaker,
and you just were walking, and you just...
Yeah, I recorded some of it on my phone, and then I was like looking at it. I'm like, let me support this dude, And I went over there when he finished up, and I chopped it up with him, and then he had some CDs, so I bought one. I actually gotta play that shit. I might play that shit today.
Stig, man, if you can collab with any person, dead or alive, right now, that you be like, man, I would love to just work with him, either on music or even art. It could be tattooed canvas. It could be Mark. Who would you be? Somebody you be like, man, I just love to work with him.
I would if I had to pick like a DJ or something like that, like a producer, it would be probably DJ Crush.
DJ Crush?
Yeah, from Japan.
Damn, I never heard of DJ Crush.
Bruh.
I can see you. He's that. How was Japan? I've been wanting to go.
I've never been there.
Damn, you just know. You just know from out there, man. Wow. All right, man. So, funny question I thought about when I was high. That I'm sure people that always talk about. Best and worst time you ever had tattooing someone.
Best and worst time.
Like it was just like a best time. It was just like, hey, I remember that was just a great session. Like it just stood out the most. Or worst time, or one that you're just like, fuck. You don't have to say the person, but it could just be the situation was just like, that was crazy.
Nothing specific, but just like, I don't know, like worst time. Any worst time is when people have body odor. You're in close proximity to some people, man. Fuck.
You didn't tattoo some stinky motherfuckers?
Male and female, man.
All right, man. If you could do a one-day festival.
A one-day festival?
Yes.
Like, okay, example.
Music. Coachella, something like that. Music artists. 10 artists that you'd be like, if I could put it together.
10 artists.
10 different people. DJ, music, whatever. Right. Artist, canvas.
That's a large number.
Five. Give me 5.
5. The Brazilian Girls. Portishead. DJ Crush. Who else? That'd be sick.
Just it right there. That's it. That's all you want right there.
Wu-Tang. You know what I mean?
Damn. Wu-Tang would be hard.
Put that on the card. Yeah, man. What was that, 4?
Yep. One more.
That's a good one.
Because I think for my 5, if I could just throw one out there.
Do it.
I will have Steve Aoki DJ.
Okay, so you want to turn up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve Aoki DJ back to back with Lil Jon. Right. So I'm going to call that one act because it's back to back. I'm going to cheat. Sade. Okay. At sunset.
Okay.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. Snoop.
Right.
And then Beyonce. It sounds like the craziest concert. Red Hot Chili Peppers and Beyonce. That's lit, man. Stig, the only reason I asked you that is just because your palette for music was so crazy. I was just curious to see who you would do because when I went to your crib.
Warpaint. Yeah.
Who's Warpaint?
It's a group of girls. It's a girl band. It's a girl group. It's
Damn.
like rock. It's like, but they're like They're dark.
Dark rock?
Yeah, they're fucking bad. No, but they're like, yeah, check them out. War paint. Just you're only gonna know if you know.
Stig, man, I appreciate you. Warfare. I appreciate you for coming through, though, G.
Thank you.
It's been an honor. What is the future, man? What's next, bro? What's coming up in the next 2020, 2021? What people expect from Stigma, the artist, rapper, producer?
A lot of everything.
Art.
A lot of everything. You're gonna see a lot of art, a lot of merch, a lot of clothing, a lot of.
I seen that crew neck, man. Talk about that crew neck a little bit, man.
This is a paint game. It's the brand. You know what I mean?
It's the brand. I feel you, bro. Well,
yeah.
It's the lit, man. So where can people get your stuff? Where can people?
Pretty soon it's gonna be on my Shopify. Yeah, and it's gonna be mailed to the whole globe.
The whole globe, man.
Available.
So where can people, if people want to get tattooed by you, man? We were talking about getting tatted by you, man. How do people get in touch to get?
Stigma1.com.
Stigma1.com. Instagram.
Yes. Hit the Instagram. The gram is there,
And we gonna put it up too, man.
Shit, you know what I mean? The .com is there.
Well, brother, hey man, I appreciate you for coming through. And honestly, man, and I love talking to artists. I'm just that person. I just love seeing different aspects of art. I DJ, but yet it feels like I can be inspired and I can learn gems from even your story.
Yeah.
You went out there, you take the risk. You took the risk, you jumped out there, you go global. And that's what I'm getting on. And that's what I've done, but it's gonna get even bigger. And that's why I look forward to even working with you in the future on some shit, bro. Definitely, brother. So anyway, before I get out of here, I want to let everybody know, for all your podcast needs, go to productiveculture.com/podcast. And how did you hear about us section, put in Argoon Radio. Also, for all your clothing accessories, go to utblifestyle.shop. And if you see what I'm wearing, this is the fall collection. We out here feeling good, feeling great. And the Taylor Gang hoodie is definitely available on taylorgang.com. And for this podcast, go to bigcaliworld.com. And it's available on YouTube, Spotify, every streaming service. I'm sorry, I'm a little wavy. Feeling good, feeling great always. And yeah, man, Cast One. I appreciate you, Element Recording Studios and Pomona, man. And Stig, man. Always, bro. It's always a pleasure, bro. Thank you for having me, bro. All right, man, but it's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali. Big Cali World. Peace.
Time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Ain't nobody fresh like C, built like bear, nigga strong like tree, strong like Kush, too hype like E. Entourage stick so thick like she. First class bitch, you know all 3 seats. Got the pass like free, talking free like cheap. You gon' cheat, but he bigger than whatever you gon' be. We gon' stack like cheese, that's 100-some G, nigga. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali